Good day, everyone. Welcome to ARC 313, Professional Practice 1. I'm Dr. Adolf Vincent Vigor, and I'll be guiding you through this exciting and important subject. So, in this course, we will explore the legal foundations and responsibilities of architects in the Philippines. Today's lecture will introduce the concept of professional practice and explain why building laws like PD 1096 are critical to our role as architects. Let's begin by understanding what it truly means to be a professional in this field. By the end of this lecture, I want you to walk away with three main understandings. The first is you learn what professional practice means, not just in terms of design, but also legal and ethical responsibility. Second, you'll get introduced to important building laws that govern how architects must operate. Third, and most importantly, you'll understand that legal compliance is not just about following rules, it's about ensuring safety, protecting the public, and maintaining your integrity as a future professional. Professional practice in architecture isn't just about creating beautiful structures. It involves responsibility, technical competence, and ethical behavior. As a licensed professional, you are expected to design structures that are safe, compliant, and durable. The decisions you make on paper translate into physical buildings that affect lives. Therefore, you are legally accountable for what you sign, design, and build. Your knowledge of the law directly affects your credibility and your client's safety. This is why learning building laws is essential. So here are the 6 major laws we'll focus on this semester. The first is PD 1096, or the National Building Code of the Philippines, which outlines how buildings must be planned, designed, and constructed. We also have BP 344, which ensures accessibility for persons with disabilities. And I think there is already an update on this law, and we will have a special lecture about it. And we have PD 10957 and BP 220, which govern housing and subdivisions. Then we have Republic Act 9514, which covers fire safety, and RA 9266, which is the Architecture Act. It defines your scope and protects you from unauthorized practice. Every licensed architect must be familiar with these laws. They are your shield and your guide. So let's focus on PD 1096, the National Building Code. This law ensures that all buildings in the Philippines are safe and meet minimum standards. It covers everything from planning and site development to plumbing, lighting, ventilation, fire safety, and final occupancy. It's administered by the DPWH, but it's you, the architect, who must interpret and apply the law at every stage. As a student, it's also important for you guys to familiarize yourselves with PD 1096 because most of your design plates and your future thesis should be anchored on the different building laws. So what are the key responsibilities under PD 1096? Under PD 1096, your responsibilities include ensuring that your design meets legal codes. You help clients secure permits and coordinating with engineers and consultants to implement approved plans. So you'll deal with zoning rules, setbacks, occupancy classifications, and structural safety. If something goes wrong, like a design flaw that leads to collapse, you could be held responsible. So let's take a moment to emphasize this. The moment you sign your name and seal a plan, you are legally affirming its safety and compliance. You are expected to act in the interest of public welfare, not just your client's interest. So I think I want to emphasize on this class that you are required to not only look into the interest of your client, but also the interest of the public as well when you design. This responsibility is why you must fully understand the laws that apply to every building you work on. Architects are not above the law. We are instruments of the law when it comes to the built environment. That is why it's part of your training as architecture students to familiarize yourselves with the different building laws and apply them in your designs as early as possible. So architecture and legal compliance. So let's bring this closer to reality. So imagine the scenario. A school building collapses due to improper column design. What happens? If an architect signed off on the structural plan without due diligence, which is architects cannot sign structural plans in the Philippines, the architect can be held responsible not just civilly for damages but potentially criminally if lives are lost. There have been cases of buildings catching fire due to the lack of egress or non-compliance with the fire code. These incidents not only destroy property but result in the loss of life. And architects have been suspended or had their licenses revoked because of poor oversight. Understanding and applying the building code isn't bureaucratic. It's ethical. It is life-saving. So as we finish our lecture today, class, for the introduction to building laws, I'm gonna give you an essay. So you refer to this at our Padlet link. So why is it important for architects to understand and uphold building laws in the Philippines? A minimum of 500 words should cite at least one law. To wrap it up, I want to stress this. Being a great architect isn't just about creativity. It's also about responsibility. We are the guardians of the built environment. We design for safety, accessibility, dignity, and resilience. The law gives us the framework to do that responsibly. Now, your task for this week is to reflect on what we have discussed and answer the essay that I gave earlier. So don't worry, you just have to refer at it on our Padlet link. Okay, so this will form part of your weekly engagement and more importantly, begin building your legal awareness as future professionals. So thank you class for listening to this short lecture. We will meet again next week and wait for your further assignments. Thank you.